Welcome back to the channel, everyone. After a spectacular, adventure-filled day attempting to get to Roosevelt Lake, we woke to another amazing Alaska morning. We had a lot of driving ahead of us, so we got up early and had a quick breakfast and got on our way.
You said, let me tell you everything I've seen, the friends I've made, and then you tell me how you've been. Look a little closer, it's been quite some time. You gotta let me know if I'm out of line. But there's some words that I just wanna hear you say, to put it all straight before this night turns into day, and then I'm on my way. Yeah. Yes, I'm on my way.
The first part of the day's drive would take us down the remainder of the Great Denali Highway.
A bit naive and so eager to please. You know I played for love, but it got me on my knees. Now's the time to reap what I've sown. Your words echoing in every single bone. So far out at sea, there's no cure for what you're telling me, and soon I'm on my way. Yes, I'm on my way. This pain is not of the ordinary. Every time that I breathe, I can feel your worry. So I have to take my love and write a different story.
As we made our way east, the road began to climb, eventually reaching the high point at McLaren Summit. We're at the top of McLaren Summit, and we're just checking out this amazing view that's up here. Oh my gosh, have a look at this behind me. It is absolutely incredible. Alaska at its finest.
I'm on my way.
After McLaren Summit, we connected up with the Richardson Highway and headed south to pick up a trail that would take us, hopefully, all the way to Klutina Lake.
Oh, heavy road, go easy on me now, and my love will shine.
The first few miles of the Klutina Lake Road start off high on the plateau above the Klutina River Gorge, and then drops quickly to the level of the Klutina River itself. Of course, down at river level, the road starts to get wet, with frequent water crossings and pools of water. And as we traveled down the road, the water crossings got longer and sometimes deeper and, of course, muddier. The smart travelers should always look to see how locals travel in the areas they're familiar with. road eventually became so muddy I got uncomfortable being the lead vehicle pulling the trailer. So we sent Richard and Linda down to check things out. The mud was so deep it took Richard over 20 times of rocking back and forth to break free. So once again, we came within a mile of our day's final destination. At least we found a great campsite as a consolation.
Well, it's early still, but it's a beautiful morning here. We did a lot of driving yesterday, but we ended up in a fantastic little spot here, a little sort of eddy estuary off of a larger river. Man, yeah, just a spectacular spot. I'll tell you. It was pretty wet getting out here yesterday. The first part of the drive was dry, but then things got wetter on the trail, and couldn't even tell you now how many water crossings we had to get out here. We got down as far as we could, and couldn't quite make it to the end, sort of the story of this trip, but we got down pretty far on the trail and found a beautiful campsite. So we're busy packing up right now because we got another long day today, and we want to see if we can hit the trail by 8 o'clock this morning. But what a morning. Just awesome.
The steep hill leading down to Klutina River had a small section where a landslide had recently occurred. The repaired section was soft and steeper than appears on the video. Going down, we could feel the wheels sliding sideways, and it gave me some concern about how well we could get up it the next day while pulling the trailer. Well, wasn't that just delightfully anticlimactic? So much for the epic recovery segment. Oh, but don't worry, recovery fans. There's an epic recovery coming up in the not-too-distant future. Next up was a trip out to the former mining town of McCarthy. But first it was time to stop and take care of some important business in the small town of Kenny Lake. Showers and laundry were on the top of our to-do list, as was refilling our water and fuel tanks. Then, back on the road. Though we had already been out the 60-mile McCarthy Road back in episode 2 of this Alaska trip, we didn't make it to the quaint town of McCarthy or to its neighbor, the massive Kennicott Copper Mine site. McCarthy is a fun historical town with some excellent places for food and drink. From McCarthy, you can hike or take a shuttle up to the very well-preserved Kennicott Copper Mining site. On this late and rainy afternoon, we decided to take the shuttle. The Kennicott Mine, at the base of the Kennicott Glacier, was started by Stephen Birch in 1903. If you are from or visited San Diego, his name might sound familiar to you. The Stephen Birch Aquarium at the University of California, San Diego was initially funded by his foundation and named after him. When Birch passed away in 1950, Kennicott held almost 15% of the world's known copper resources. We made camp on the other side of the road from where we camped on our first time out the McCarthy Road, right next to the old train trestle.
All right, we're going to come over here and visit Jeff and Farah this morning. They're busy. We're actually cooking breakfast today, taking a little extra time this morning, as we all agreed on last night.
Yep.
So what's going on, guys? What you got cooking?
Well, last night we went to the potato up at McCarthy, and he got a fries supreme.
Spudnik Supreme.
Yeah, which was French fries, eggs, jalapenos, and then I got
Country gravy.
and sausage gravy, and then I got a pulled pork po' boy. So whatever pulled pork I had left, we threw into his fries supreme. So that's what we're sous videing right now, is warming that up so that we can make burritos. So we do it in a quart freezer bag, and we'll flip it every now and then for maybe about 12 minutes, and then we'll have nice hot leftover burritos.
Yum.
Yeah.
I can vouch for what's in that bag is amazing.
Yeah. Highly recommend the potato.
Yeah, the Sputnik Supreme.
Yeah.
Ask for extra jalapenos is the only thing you need to add to it.
Awesome. All right, well, enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah.
We will.
What'd you think of the campsite?
Very nice. A little buggy last night, but it's Alaska and it's part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
But other than that,
I mean, look at the
you get to see the trestles. You got the river running below us. I mean, just the beautiful white noise. It was a great night. Slept really good.
Yeah. Already. Look at that.
It was so good. That worked out perfect.
Wow.
Put a little bit of salsa on it. It just really reheated real nice. Nice evenly heated in there, and put on that tortilla, and just it went down quick, too quick.
Okay, you guys are killing me. I got to get back to my cup of coffee.
All right. See you in a bit.
All right. How's it going, guys?
It's awesome.
Morning.
Yeah.
Great morning.
Not too cold. A little bit wet last night, but yeah.
Yeah, we got
not
a little
bad.
rain during the night.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. It was pretty good. It was enough we had to get up and put our pole up with the chute
Okay.
to keep the water
Yeah.
draining off the roof.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So what's for breakfast?
Well, since we didn't want to do too much unpacking and repacking, we just went with the multi-grain cereal with blueberries.
Oh, that's a great breakfast.
We did have to pull out the stove though to fix the coffee.
Of course.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we went ahead and did that. So
Good.
but
So, what'd you think of last night?
that was awesome. Yeah, got to see the mine up there at
Yeah.
McCarthy and just check out all the older buildings. The people up there were fantastic. We had a couple of different meals up there at 2 different restaurants, and we went to one of the local bars up there. And so yeah,
It was a great evening.
It was awesome, and a little bit of walking. So it was great that we got to do that because we've been sitting in these seats here for the last week. So
That's overlanding, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. So.
And Linda, you're happy because you said you just wanted to be here.
I just wanted to be here. Yep. Was sick for the first couple of days. Don't remember one day since I slept most of it.
Yeah, you had a good fever going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm good to go for sure now. So.
Awesome. Really
Yeah.
glad
So-
to hear that.
So maybe today she'll be well enough to do some of the driving, so get used to this Tacoma. We're used to a 4Runner.
Yep.
So with Alaska Overlander, we went with the Taco here, just to see how it's configured and how it drives and how capable it is on some of the trails we're doing. Which, by default, we're keeping it very mild because they are rentals. So we're mindful of that. But yeah, so far we're liking it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
good
how
to
would
see.
you? So that's good. So how would, being a 4Runner owner, how would you compare the Tacoma?
I need a little bit more time. I mean, we're kind of biased right now because the way we've got our our rig set up.
Sure.
So I'm dealing with the, where the comms are, and how they
Yeah.
configure the fridge and the drawers. So we're just
But still,
giving us ideas.
you got, for a rental vehicle, you got a pretty good setup. I got to make sure I don't trip over this stuff.
Yeah, it's
you
got
got
a
a
nice-
pretty good setup going here.
They've given us
So-
everything that we need. The stove, the chairs, the fridge, the nice iCamper setup. It's got the blackout tent, so it's not getting dark here in Alaska, so we don't notice it in the tent.
Right. Yeah, we're still always up until 11 o'clock, something like that,
Yeah,
every night.
yeah,
But we're staying busy.
definitely.
All right. Well, that's good. Let's
So-
go rock the Tacoma some more today.
Yep, you bet.
Okay, guys. Enjoy your breakfast.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Ted.
You bet.
We retraced our path back out to the Richardson Highway and up to the town of Slana to pick up the Nezena Road, the same road where we spent our very first night in Alaska. Unlike our first couple of days in Alaska, the weather today was clear and we finally could see some of the incredible scenery we missed the first time we passed through this area. We found a great camp spot quite a ways out on the Nezena Road and jockeyed our vehicles into place. Actually, in hindsight, we all agreed that this was our favorite campsite of the trip. It even came with its own private beach alongside a creek and a rare view of a flock of Dall sheep hanging out on a steep mountainside. Someone from the southwest, like me, might think of these as bighorn sheep, but Dall sheep are actually a different species from bighorn and are commonly known as thin-horn sheep. It was such a nice campsite that it came as no surprise to find evidence of other visitors. Later in the evening, as we were sitting around enjoying dinner and good laughs, these two very kind folks just wandered into our camp out of nowhere, and it turned out they needed our help in a big kind of way. But that is a story for our next episode, right here on Adventure Beyond 60.